everyone, it's Michael here at Home Health Success Academy, and welcome to our Home Health Marketing January Special Holiday Series Part 1. And what we actually do is every month we're going to be providing you guys with ideas on what you should do to market out there. So what are special holidays that you can actually use as an excuse to enter a facility to be able to say, hey, today's a special day. Just want to drop something off. So that's what we're going to do, is that we have our monthly video series that you can actually access. Right? So if you're watching this video for free right now, guess what? We have more months coming that you can definitely join and you can subscribe to and be ready to know what to give out. And we release this ahead of time. You can actually access these if you decide to join our system just for this, to give you tips on what you can do on a monthly basis regarding themes that particular month. In this video, it's part 1. It's the first 2 weeks of January series where we share with you guys some amazing special holidays that you guys can actually take advantage of. So let's go ahead and get started. So guess what? First of all, it is January, so guess what? It's New Year's. So I can't really even stress that enough. You should do something special before New Year's occur, but that is a self-given thing, and if you haven't thought of that, then guess what? You should, but let's go ahead and get started. So are you aware that it's actually National Glaucoma Awareness Month? That's what January is. National Glaucoma Awareness Month. And so what you can do is you can use this idea to be able to walk into a facility and say, hey, are you guys aware it's National Glaucoma Awareness Month? So if I'm going to an assisted living community, if I'm going to a skilled nursing facility, I can bring in some information, educational-based marketing materials on what our agency does to take care of patients who have glaucoma and how our services are so important. So of course, there's problems with visual impairment when somebody has glaucoma. So these are the times that we make sure we do safety monitoring in a patient's house, and we go ahead and make sure that they have had an appointment with their optometrist, making sure that the grades of their glasses, if they're wearing it, it's up to date. Okay, so what can you do to show them that? You provide education, right? Another thing you can do is you can link up with optometrists and say, hey, we want to be able to do an educational video that we can release. You can put a video out there, talking about the importance of going to your optometrists, the importance of safety at home. What are things that you guys can create? These are things that you can do by linking up with power partners. And one thing we teach in marketing is you must create power partners, and optometrists are great for that. Guess what? Optometrists actually have a lot of patients and clients who are potential clients of yours and patients of yours. So linking up with them is a smart idea. Work with the Lions Club. The Lions Club has this thing where they put these containers in restaurants and stores, and they ask for people to donate their glasses that are not being used, right? And then they actually donate that to people that should or could use it. So the local Lions Club, that's one of their big things, right? So, like let's say, for example, a Catholic organization like the Knights of Columbus, they do the Tootsie Roll drive, right? But, one of the drives that the Lions Club does is the eyeglasses, okay? You can also sponsor some classes, some teaching, some community teachings, right? Now, in these events, you're not going to try to get patients. You're going to try to brand your company. So provide a class, sponsor it. I always tell people is don't sponsor an event that another person created. You should actually create your own events. So that's what these education classes you can do. You don't need to have these live events. You can go ahead and create events on YouTube Live or Facebook Video Live, or you can have these pre-recorded videos made that you can put in your website for education for your potential clients and their family members. Okay, if you have family members of your current patients and clients right now, send them some of those videos so that they get educated. So It's National Glaucoma Awareness Month. Take advantage of that. Some amazing educational-based marketing materials that you can use in addition to your marketing out there, which gives you guys an excuse to actually walk into a facility. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the next one. So did you guys know that on the January 3rd, it is Festival of Sleep Day, right? So I'll walk in and say, hey, happy Festival of Sleep Day. And what you tell people is that, hey, I want you to be able to sleep good. And so what I do is I buy those masks for the eyes that you put in your face when you're sleeping, right? So I'll buy some of those, for example, and Amazon.com, for example. I'll buy some of those and I'll give that to them. I said, here, it's Festival of Sleep Day today. Make sure you sleep really good tonight. Okay, so I do that. I've also done in the past for Festival of Sleep Day is I purchase these little spray bottles that has lavender spray in it, and it's like $2-3 sometimes, and I'll give them. I said, oh my gosh, do you want to sleep really good? Go ahead and spray lavender in your pillow and then go to sleep. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, so that's one thing I've done in the past when it comes to Festival of Sleep Day. Next video, National Spaghetti Day, January 4th. Oh my gosh, bring spaghetti, right? What I've done in the past, I'll make a batch of spaghetti at home. Just make a bunch of them, okay? And I make decent spaghetti. Everybody should be able to make some kind of decent spaghetti out there, right? Or you can go to an Italian restaurant, a mom and pop place that does catering, and you can buy a whole bin of spaghetti. And then what I do is I buy those individual foil to-go containers, those foil bowls that has a foil/paper lid, okay? And what I end up doing is I put spaghetti in there, I put the lid, I close it up, I put my logo, I have a bunch of these in my igloo, put it in my car, and when I go facility to facility, I say, hey, happy National Spaghetti Day. And they're like, are you serious? Yes, it's National Spaghetti Day today. Did you know that? No, I did not know. Guess what? Since you did not know, I brought you spaghetti. And the cost is not as much. And by the way, here's some wrapped spoons and wrapped forks just for you. By the way, since I'm here, can I ask a question? Now I can just target it and start asking questions. Next day, oh, it's National Hot Tea Month, right? So what do I do during National Hot Tea Month, right? So it's the whole January. So if you've seen this photo, it's called a flower tea blossom, right? So if you see in the bottom right, there's that little heart-shaped thing. That's what these teas look like. And what I do is I bring these to a company and I say, hey, just want to let you know it's National Hot Tea Month, and just wanted to give you a gift, and I'll put it in a nice container in a little box. I'm like, listen, this is a floral tea bag right here, and it's such an amazing tea that you should definitely try it. And you should put it in a clear container so you can see it grow. And then I'll show them a picture of what it's gonna look like, once it's blossomed and they've added it to hot water. And a lot of people will say, oh my gosh, that looks so amazing. I wanna try it. What flavor is it? And so it just adds some amazingness rather than you just bringing a regular tea bag, for example, or just bringing in a Teavana tea, for example. And you can do that as well. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to stand out with the things that I give the people that I work with and I want to work with. So that is just one quick tip that you guys can actually do. Go ahead and give one of these. It just makes you stand out. And you can do this anytime in the month of January, okay? Next one is it's Trivia Day. January 4th is Trivia Day. So what I technically do with Trivia Day is I have all these little trivia things, and you can come up and you can get them from the internet, and I'll have a sheet and I'll walk in and I say, hey, happy Trivia Day. It's January 4th. Did you know that? And they say, no. Okay, let me ask you a quick question before I even say anything. I know you're busy. All right, so if you can answer this, I'm going to give you something that you would enjoy. I'm going to give you a nice treat. And so guess what? I'm already visiting them. I know I'm going to try to open up a time to try to close a deal and talk to the potential referral sources. I'm just trying to break the ice with this gatekeeper. And these are one of those little gatekeeper breaking the ice techniques right there. I said, if you can answer this, I'm going to give you a nice treat. And then I'll ask them a basic trivia question that should be easy that they should actually answer. And And guess what? If they get the answer, great. Then I'll give them the little treat that I normally have, my granola bars, a cupcake, whatever. And now I've broken the ice. Now I can ask them a question and try to then go past them and go to the right person. And then when they come in and I speak to them, I said, hey, you know what? I asked them a nice trivia question. It's National Trivia Day, or it's January 4th. It's Trivia Day today. If you didn't know that, if I ask you this and you get it right, I'm also going to give you a treat before we get started with our with my presentation. And so these are little things that you can incorporate in your marketing. Okay, it's Cuddle Up Day, and so I actually have my own T-shirt maker at home, and you know, I've actually made a video where I talk about how cheap it is to actually invest in one of these for your company, because you can just customize t-shirts left and right. So anyways, I made a free hug shirt, and when I do marketing, I'll just walk in. When I market, I don't always have to wear a suit and tie, right? Sometimes you can just wear a t-shirt and there's a purpose for it. And I'll walk in, I said, hi, my name is Michael with, ABC Home Health, and just to let you guys know, it's Free Hugs Day. Right? It's actually called Cuddle Up Day, but it's free hugs. So if you want a free hug, I'll give you a free hug. But other than that, let's start talking. Let me ask this question. And now I just move on to try to go past the gatekeeper and start talking and trying to get to my next level. Right? Your job when you market your company is to buy 30 more seconds every time. If you can keep on going and they allow you and give you time to keep on talking, you're moving forward rather than all of a sudden creating an objection saying that we don't have any time. So that's a good technique. January 6th, it's Cuddle Up Day, Free Hugs Day if you want to. Next thing, it's Bubble Bath Day. So I'll walk into facilities during Bubble Bath Days, for example, and I will say, hey, did you know that it's Happy Bubble Bath Day? And they'll look at me and they'll say, really? I said, yes, it's Bubble Bath Day. Did you guys know that? And so I'll go to a dollar store, for example, and I'll buy some Mr. Bubbles bubble bath bottles. And what I'll do is I'll have it in a nice container. I'll put a little ribbon in it. And sometimes if you can find a loofah at the dollar store, you can buy it for $1 as well. Put that in a little package and say, hey, here you go. Just want to be able to talk to you. It's National Bubble Bath Day. It's January 8th. And here's some bubble bath for you tonight. And a loofah if you guys want. So anyways, by the way, here's some treats as well. Let me ask this quick question. I said, I know you're already working with an agent. I know you're busy. When would be a good time to be able to meet up? If not today, when would be a great time? So once again, it's about being able to go past the gatekeepers or getting past that first 30 seconds to gain the next 30 seconds. Let's move on to the next video. All right, it's a Bittersweet Chocolate Day. Oh, everybody loves some chocolate. There's only a few people out there that don't like chocolate. And January 10th is Bittersweet Chocolate Day. And so this is the time when you can pretty much bring out every stop that you can. You should have Kit Kat. You should have some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. You should have some Lindt truffles. Wherever. You can go to Costco, buy a box of chocolates, and you're perfectly fine. Okay, just remember, if it's really hot outside, keep it in the igloo. You don't want these chocolates melting, because the last thing you want to do is they open it up and it's all melted. Okay, so January 10th is Bittersweet Chocolate Day. Give as much chocolate as you can. Always walk in. Like I said, a lot of these holidays, it's an icebreaker. You're walking in, instead of you saying, hi, can I speak to the administrator? Can I speak to the social worker? Start off by saying, hey, it's Bittersweet Chocolate Day. Did you know that? Here's some chocolate for you. And then that's how you break the ice. You need to break the ice, guys, all right? So I hope this particular one helps you guys out. Everybody loves chocolates, by the way, and you should always have chocolates in your car ready to give to people. Houseplant Appreciation Day. I made a video about stuff that I like. Bamboo, lucky bamboos are things that I actually always like to give away. It helps me stand out. So what can you give them that's very cost effective? January 10th, it's Houseplant Appreciation Day. Give them a plant, say it's a lucky bamboo. You're going to come in every week to put water in it just in case they forget, which you're pretty much saying, hey, I'm going to come in every week to follow up with you. Ooh, January 14th, it's Dress Up Your Pet Day, okay? And so the way this works is, let's say, for example, you've been visiting people, you've been following up with people, and you found out they have a pet. They have a dog. And so you should ask what kind of dog it is. If you know, if the dog's a Shih Tzu, you know it's a small-sized dog, and you can actually go to the dollar store, and they already have some outfits for pets for really cheap. Or you can go to Amazon, for example, and you can buy outfits for like $2. And you can say, hey, did you know that today is National Pet Dress Up Day? It's January 14th. And just in case you didn't know that, I know that you have a Shih Tzu. And so I bought you a costume for your pet. And so they think about you and they say, oh my gosh, they remember that I have a Shih Tzu. Wow. So how do you remember these things? Well, this is where your CRM goes. This is where you should take notes. This is where you should actually have a black book for all the potential people that you're targeting out there. All right, moving on to part 2 of our January special holiday video series where we show you guys ideas on what you can actually use for icebreakers or to make you stand out from other marketers. All right, January 17th, it's Ditch New Year's Resolution Day. What I do here sometimes is this, is that I'll walk in and I've said, hey, listen, it's January 17th, and pretty much by now, most people have quit on their New Year's resolution. How are you doing with your New Year's resolution? And then they're going to tell you, oh, I quit on it a long time ago. I already ate 3 Burger King Whoppers already, and I promised myself I'll stop doing that. Or they say, I told myself I'm not going to eat chocolates anymore, and they're eating chocolates in front of you. And more likely, it's because you brought them chocolates a few weeks ago when it was actually National Chocolate Day. Okay, so, it's perfectly fine. You can say, hey, it's perfectly fine. Let's make a new contract right now really fast. Let's make a new resolution that you're going to start using my agency right now. And they'll look at you like, oh, you're pretty bold. Hey, and you're just trying to bring it up and just smile when you say that, right? Let's make a resolution right now that you're going to start using our agency. Anyways, what can I do to help you with your resolution right now? To use our agency. I use that as a technique always, and it's pretty funny because a lot of people will smile at it because it's kind of bold to ask that. But at the very same time, I say, hey, look, if there's anything I can do to make sure that your real New Year's resolution happens, please let me know. I want to be able to help you. January 17th to January 23rd is National Fresh Squeezed Juice Week. So there's a lot of companies out there that does fresh juicing and fresh juice. And so you can seriously go ahead and purchase a whole new set, and whoever you're marketing to that day, you can ask, hey, do you know that it's actually National Fresh Squeezed Juice Week? And they'll tell you, really? I didn't know that. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I actually started juicing. And, what kind of juice do you like? And they'll tell you, and they'll say, hey, I love a fresh squeezed orange juice. Or they'll say something like, I love a fresh squeezed pineapple juice. Or I love a nice carrot juice, for example. And when you start hearing those things, you can say, hey, great, look, listen, I'm going to come by next week. I'm going to make sure I drop off some fresh squeezed juice for you. And I'll plan that ahead. Like me, for example, I do have my own, juicer at home. And sometimes there's been weeks where I'll actually start juicing and prepping it myself. And you see this, for example, this is a mason jar. You can buy mason jars for like $1.25 a piece. And I'll juice ahead, pack them up, put my logo in it, put a little note on it, put it in the freezer, just to get them nice and cold, put in my igloo. And when I start marketing, I know what type of juice a person said they like, and I'll drop that off for them. Because guess what? I remember them. Because if I come in, let's say the second week of January, and I start talking to them, I said, hey, next week is National Fresh Squeezed Juice Week. What kind of juice do you like? I'm going to stop by next week. I'm going to drop off some fresh squeezed juice for you. Do you like the beets? Do you like carrots? Because those are amazing. Or do you like just pretty much pineapple? Or do you like orange juice? Or what do you like that I can bring for you guys? And so right there alone is you're taking their order for a fresh squeezed juice, but then you're going to come back so that you can actually do what? Present yourself again. Follow up again. That's what these techniques are used for. All right, guess what? National Popcorn Day, January 19th. Everybody loves popcorn. So sometimes you can actually go to Costco, go to Sam's Club, and you can buy this big plastic of popcorn, okay? Or you can actually buy popcorn that are already individual wrapped. And when you walk in, you say, hey, it's National Popcorn Day. Just wanted to be able to bring you some popcorn. And by the way, since I'm here, is your discharge planner here today? I want to be able to speak to them. And when they come in, give them popcorn as well. It's very cheap. It doesn't cost a lot to have popcorn, but at the same time as you're using these wacky holidays to be able to, make yourself stand out from the typical marketers out there. All right. January, if you guys didn't know, the third week of January, it's National Medical Group Practice Week. So this is when you go all out marketing to physician groups. Because a lot of marketers, like I said, don't know this. Did you know that it's National Medical Group Practice Week every third week of January? I'll say 99.9% of you guys don't know this. So these are things that I have in my calendar. And that's why we're making these videos, to be able to share with you guys tips, tricks, and ideas to make you stand out. So this is when I'm going to market to a physician group. This is when I'm going to come in. I'm going to say, hey, just to let you guys know, it's National Medical Group Practice Week. I want to recognize you guys. Thank you so much. Maybe I can, do a video interview of you guys or something like that and put it on video. What things can we do to solve your problems? It's your week. We want to recognize you. What problems are you facing right now with your patients that are in the home health services that we can actually solve for you guys? Because it's your week. We don't want you guys having any problems. That's what we're here for. And so these are things that you guys can do that makes you stand out. So especially the third week of January, this is when you go all in, all out, and targeting these physician practice groups. Okay. All right, January 23rd, National Pie Day. So I have this video where I actually purchase individual containers for slices for cake, and I use it typically for cheesecake. But if it's National Pie Day, like pecan pie or French silk or some pie that doesn't like go crazy, spilling out on the sides and looks nasty when you slice them, that's when you can actually put them in these individual things, keep it frozen. When you start marketing, you can give slices to people. But typically, like for example, apple pie, you can go to Costco and buy a whole apple pie for like $4.99, $5.99 sometimes. And you can just stack all those and you start visiting people that day. Whoever you visit on January 3rd, they're all going to get apple pie that day. Or they're all going to get cherry pie or blueberry pie, whatever is the cheapest that you can purchase, in the store. Walmart, for example, has these little self-serving pies right there, and you can get them for like 50 cents. So you can actually buy those and have a lot of them and give those away. You can say, hey, it's National Pie Day. Here you go. Here you go. It makes you stand out. Compliment Day. What I normally do is what you see in the picture. I'll actually write a lot of nice compliments on Post-its. Okay, and what I'll do is when I walk in, just let you guys know it's National Compliment Day. It's January 24th every year, and I just wanted to write this compliment for you. Or what I've done also in the past is I have a Post-it note when I walk in, and once I say hello, just give me 1 second, I start writing a compliment in the note, and I say, hey, listen, it's National Compliment Day, and I want to be able to give you a compliment for today if no one has ever given you one today so far, and nobody recognized that that's what today's holiday is for. So right there alone, they're going to be surprised. It's going to take them aback, and then once again, you are different than what the typical marketer just walked in or is waiting to be able to, take their turn to talk to the person who you're speaking to right now. Chocolate Cake Day. Look, I love chocolates. By now, you guys should know that if you guys watch some of my videos. And so, yes, Chocolate Cake Day. So I typically give a whole chocolate cake to my referral sources that I've been working with for a while and have been giving me patients. I'll give them a nice chocolate cake. But if I'm marketing out there, I have this individual, like I said in a few slides back, I have these individual slice containers, and I'll pre-slice during these days chocolate cake, or I'll even, chocolate cheesecake, for example. Put that in there, wrap, make sure I put the wrapping on it, put the logo in it, put my labels in it for myself, my business card. And when I start marketing out there, I said, hey, just to let you know, it's National Chocolate Cake Day. It's January 27th. And so whoever I visit that day will get a cake from me. And they're going to be like, wow, it's National Chocolate Cake Day. I never knew that. Well, guess what? Now you know. And me, Michael, with ABC Home Health, is giving this to you right now. By the way, can we talk? Powerful stuff. National Puzzle Day. Well, what I do is I go to Amazon.com and you can actually purchase a bunch of puzzles. There was 1 year where I actually ordered puzzles that were already custom. It had our logo in it. But eventually I was like, that's kind of cheesy, so I'll just go ahead and buy a bunch of puzzles since it's a lot cheaper for me. And I'll walk in and, hey, just let you know, it's National Puzzle Day, so I want to give you this puzzle. And if you can solve this puzzle, take a picture of it, send me a picture on my phone. Here's my cell number. I'm going to come back and bring you a nice treat next time. What I'm doing there is I'm making them do something for me, text message me, which then in turn I have their cell phone number, and then it allows me to come back and give them a nice treat and to be able to keep on having a conversation and create that relationship. National Corn Chip Day. Hey, look, just buy a bunch of Doritos nachos and give those away if you want to. But if you're a lot nicer, you can go ahead and go to Chipotle and buy them some chips and salsa, or you can just buy one of those nice Doritos containers for like $2 with a bunch of tortilla chips in there. Buy a paste picante jar full of mild salsa, and you can say, hey, do you know it's National Corn Chip Day? And they say no. Well, guess what? Now you know, and here's some chips and salsa. And then you can have a conversation. Once again, helps you stand out. Okay, so this is the ending part of the January. I hope that you guys got a lot of information on what you can do that makes you stand out. But here's additional stuff that you can kind of create stuff. So during January, it's also Cervical Cancer Screening Month. So you can create educational-based marketing materials for those. And then you can say, hey, this is what we want to do. We want to be able to create classes, some videos on how to prevent it. And at the same time, if you have it, what are the treatments that you can have? You know, who are your local physicians that can help you with these particular items? So it's just a couple more ideas you can have. And it's also National Blood Donor Month. So this is when you link up with, you know, with the Red Cross, for example, or your local blood donor places. And you can say, hey, you know, what can we do to be able to provide education out there? So, you know, what you can do the whole month, every time you walk into a facility in marketing, you can say, hey, can I drop off some brochures? You know, we're working with a Red Cross. We're working with this blood donor company right here. And we want to be able to just make sure everybody's aware that it's also National Blood Donor Month. And just want to give you guys information why people should donate blood, why it should be helpful. And then you can try to work with them and say, hey, do you think your company wouldn't mind if we, you know, if we bring in one of the buses here just to help promote as well? And it just helps you stand out as an organization that shows that you're willing to work with multiple organizations out there. And then for non-traditional holidays, it's also Bath Safety Month. So this is also something important that you can use, especially if you're marketing to assisted living communities, the senior housing communities, or those 55 plus house communities or condo units. What I'll do is I said, hey, it's Bath Safety Month, and then so you can give like a 10-tip flyer talking about how to be safe when you're in baths. Because you can start talking, hey, and saying that, you know, falls are the number one reason why a lot of people end up in the hospitals. And actually, you know, there is a study that correlates that falls in senior citizens are pretty much the main reason that causes senior citizens to either perish because of some secondary injuries or problems, or at the same time that causes them to end up in a nursing home. And that's your goal right there, is to be able to provide education for people to prevent them from going into the hospital or back into the nursing homes. And that's how you create value for you as an organization. So I hope this January marketing, special holiday marketing video right here that gives you ideas on what you can do to stand out helps you guys. Always understand that Home Health Success Academy is here to help your company grow your census and grow your referral sources and create success for your company. Always understand that home health marketing is easy when you know what you're doing. Always stop by to homehealthsuccessacademy.com. That's what we're here for, to create success for your company.